how to get your next 5 clients without spending any money on advertising. So we're going to share, I'm going to share the $100 million leads strategy of Warm Messenger specifically for cleaning business owners. And so, unlike most people, like I've actually done the strategy to build my online training business and have utilized this in my cleaning business as well. So I'm going to share with you his strategy from this book right here, and how you actually can use it specifically in your cleaning business, and it's actually going to work because it's actually been done. It's not theory, it's actuality. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see this. So you guys should have this doc. If you're watching this video, you should have this document as well, which is the Google Doc. That'll have this video right here. So it'll be right here. You'll be able to see this. And this actually will walk you through the 10 steps of the Warm Messenger strategy for your cleaning business. So let's overview these strategies first before we start to dive into the specific steps. So step number 1 is actually getting your list. Step number 2 is picking your platform. Step number 3 is personalizing your message. Step number 4 is reaching out. Step number 5, warm them up. Step number 6, invite their friends. Step number 7, make the easiest offer in the world. Step number 7, start at the top. Step number 9, start charging. And then step number 10 is keep your list warm. So let's start with step number 1, which actually we're actually going to start with step number 2 because we're going to pick our platform first. And our platform is actually going to be Facebook. So for this specific section, we're going to talk about Facebook. Now, there are others. And so if you guys like this video and you guys like this information, if you want to see how to utilize this in other platforms, well, wherever you're watching this, like somehow engage, let me know that you actually like this, and I will share how to do this on multiple platforms, because I not only use this on Facebook, but I also use it on other platforms as well. So that's the platform we're going to talk about today, is Facebook. And so from Facebook, we're going to get our list. And so I'm actually going to walk you through exactly how to do this. And so our list here are what I call our warmest to coldest lists. And this might be different for you based on where you live, and based on where you grew up, and based on when you went to college, and based on your hometown. So there's different. You're gonna have a different list than I have. But your list you're gonna find on Facebook. So first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our Facebook. Okay. So you can see my Facebook here. If you're not friends with me, go find me on Facebook. Let's go be friends. And what you're going to do is you're going to go over here. You might not have this. My setup is a little bit differently than yours, but you have a thing that says friends here. So mine has friends and followers. I got a special Facebook, just in case you're wondering. Let me move this down a little bit. Okay, cool. And so right here you can see it actually gives you these lists right here. Okay, and so this is our list that we're going to be able to use, that we're going to reach out to people. Now, I just want to show you where these lists are. We're not to the point of reaching out yet, but this is where this is at. So if you go to friends, yours will say friends up here most likely, or if it does say followers, you go to here, and then just right through here. Okay, and you have all these different lists. There's my wifey, Katie. What a beautiful woman. Okay, so that's how we get our list. We're doing Facebook. The next thing we're gonna do is we need to have a icebreaker message. Okay, icebreaker message is like the first thing that we're going to send to somebody. And so an example, if you send this on your personal profile, is you're gonna find something about them. So let's go back, for example. Let's say that we're going to reach out to Lucas. Okay, Lucas is a cleaning business owner. He's amazing. I have talked to him recently, but if I hadn't talked to him, I'm gonna go through his profile and see he just updated his picture September 16th. This was 3 days ago, and it looks like he was at a wedding. Wonderful day celebrating David and Alana's wedding. So what I would do in this situation is we're going to customize this message to him. So we'll click on him. We'll send a message. And so if we go back to our script here, so we can just copy this and just say, he didn't get married. He was at a wedding. Saw you were at Sorry you were at a wedding. You could say something along the lines of like, who got married? Or if you knew who this person was. Like, for me, I would say, dude, your wedding pictures look bomb. The kid looks so cute, right? That's what I would say right here. So, dude, those pics from the wedding. You guys can't even see me here. Let me move this out of the way. So those pics from the wedding were great. kid is cute. Smiley face. Just like that. Right, so that's like an icebreaker message. So that's the first message that we're going to send to him. This is the icebreaker. Oops. Let me back in the corner here. So now let's go back to our script here. Okay, and then we can also do this for our Facebook page. So we do this for our personal profile, but if we actually want to do this for our Facebook page, I'll show you this for Facebook page as well. How we send this icebreaker message. So go to your Facebook profile if you have one, or excuse me, your Facebook page if you have one. Okay, and then you scroll down here. Yeah, let me move myself out of the way here, because it's on this side. Put myself over here. And if you scroll in these posts, so we don't get a ton of engagement organically, but I'm going to scroll down to actually some ads we have running. But this works regardless. You just need some engagement. If you're getting good engagement on your post, then you can do what I'm about to show you here. You're looking for comments. Okay, so for example, comments. Let's click on this one. Dun, dun, dun. We've been, okay, cool. And so you can see that they commented here. So once they've commented, we actually can send them a message. And again, like this comment, again, specifically, I'm not going to comment to this one because we already have this person as a client. However, if this person was like asking for information, let me scroll down here so I can find another one that actually that somebody does have a question. 5 comments. Cool. Yeah, so I think if you message them within a couple, if you respond to the message like within a week, then I think you actually can respond. You actually can send them a comment. You can send a message. So if I go back up to this message, so we actually sent this guy a message already, Sean Heath. But you can send if within like 7 days, yeah. So we just responded to him. So team's doing a great job. Anyway, this is in the same situation. You can go over here to this message and you can say, hey, saw you liked comment on my Facebook post. How long have you lived in Bozeman for? Or something that goes with the comment. And that way you can start the messenger there as well. Okay, so those are 2 ways that you can start an icebreaker message is on your Facebook personal profile and your Facebook business page. All right, let's move myself back over here. Let's keep going down here. Okay, so now we're actually going to create the list of 50 people. So I showed you the message we're going to send, but actually how do we find the people to reach out to? And so this is the way I did it, okay? Is that I had a notebook just like this, okay? So, and what I would do is I would go double-sided. So this notebook right here only has 20 lines, but the notebook that when I was doing this had 25 lines. And so I would just have I have 2 columns, and I would write 25 names on one column and 25 names in the other column to get my 50 names. So here's how we did it though, is we're going to go create our list. So how are we going to pick our list? Well, we want to pick the people who are the warmest, people who are the most likely of actually saying yes to our offer. So let's go back to Facebook. See if I can get back to Facebook now. Okay, come back up here. All right, and so here's how I pick my list. It's actually, if I'm an active poster, which I recommend all of you guys are active posters on your personal profiles. If you come back through your active profile, all the people who have engaged with you and people have commented, like they are the warmest people. The people are already showing some love to you. So that's exactly where I start with. So I would start here with people who like, and I'm going to start writing all these names down. Okay, so I'm going to write down Steph's name. I'm going to write down Christine and Jessica and Lucas and Bobby and Christina and Christopher and Alexis and Nicole and Pamela. Okay, so I'm writing all these names down right here. So now I already have 10 people. Okay, and then I'm going to come through my comments. And I'm going to write down everybody who has commented on here who did not like. So some people, crazy people, they comment but they don't like. Weird people like Autumn and I'm not sure how to pronounce this one's name. Her name, Pamela, and Ty. So right now we have 15 people. So right now I have 50 people from one post that these people are part of my list. So I'm writing 15 of these names down, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to go to this post, do the same thing, and am I going to find anybody different? I don't know. Let's see. I'm just going to go back through all my posts. Let's see here. Why can't I see who liked it? Maybe you have to do this from your phone. You have to see who likes it. It's interesting. Boom. Okay. Here it is over here. So then, yeah, so then I'm gonna put Nick and Tyler in here as well. And as far as the likes, I definitely can see it on my phone. So you might have to do this part of it from your phone, but you're gonna go back through all your posts and you're just going to grab all the people who engage. Now, if you post a lot, you might be able to fill all 50 up right then and there. And if you don't post a lot, well, then we're gonna go on to we're gonna go on to the second piece that we're gonna look at. Or the second part of our list is close friends. So now I'm just gonna, okay, so people haven't engaged, but if I go back through my friends list, so again, go back up here, go to your friends, and just start scrolling down here. So click on friends, and you start scrolling down like, okay, people who I don't have on this list so far. Okay, Jose, I'm gonna put on here. I'm gonna put Nancy on here. Put Tamara on here. I'm gonna put Brian on here. Renee, and then you're just gonna scroll down this list. Melissa. These are all people who are your close friends who you've talked to and that you have a lot of trust in. And again, you're gonna do this, and you should be able to get close 50, if not 50, all the way. Okay. And so again, you go through here and get as many of these people as you would consider close friends on there, and then we go back to our list here. Recently added to these people who are new. So these are usually warmer people as well because they're brand new to your friends list. So if you go to recently added, so a lot of times there's a reason why people were recently added to your list. Okay, birthdays. I'm not sure why it's not letting me do the recently added one, but okay. So yeah, so then you go recently added and you scroll down this list, you can find people. Another really awesome one is birthdays as well. So this is a really great way to reach out to people. And so you can see today's birthday, so I could reach out to one and be like, hey dude, happy birthday. And that's like open the conversation up, and then you go through your list like, hey, curious if you have anyone who would be interested in my cleaning service, right? So birthday is one of the most phenomenal ways, which is why it's the next one on here. And then college friends. Again, you have a list if you went to college. It does these things. High school, in your hometown. These are all different lists that you can use as a way to build the 50 people you're going to reach out to. Okay. So now once we have our list, we have 50 people that we're going to reach out to. The next thing is we're going to have our script. Okay. So we have our icebreaker message, which is up here. So we're going to say something personal about them. And then once they respond, we're going to use this framework. It's really simple. Again, this is from the book. This is from Alex's book, the ACA framework, which is acknowledge, compliment, ask. Okay? So anything they say, for example, when I asked up here, said, saw you got married, congratulations, how is married life? And then they say, married life is great, how are you doing? Okay? That's what most people do. They usually respond back with a question. You're like, dude, I love being married as well. So you acknowledge what they said. Okay? Dude, your spouse has good taste, right? You compliment them. They're going to say thanks, and then you follow back with a question. Or you follow with a question right here. Do you have anyone who helps you keep the house tidy for you and the hubs? Right? I would probably have one more thing through here. I'd probably engage 2 or 3 more times before this, but this is essentially where the framework you're going to ask, or the framework that you're going to use. So probably right here I would not actually go right to the house tidy for you and the hubs. But this is the framework that you're going to use. Okay? Now, the next step is once they answer this question, then you're going to, instead of asking them, you're going to ask if they have any friends, if they know anybody. Okay, and so this is going to be your offer right here. And it's like, hey, I'm looking for 5 busy moms, dads, wives, husbands who want to come home to a sparkling clean home for free. Because I'm looking to get more testimonials for my new business. Curious if you know anyone who might be interested. This line right here is so freaking good. So good. Right? And then people are going to respond. They're going to either say, yes, I know somebody, or like, hey, I might be interested in that. Awesome. And the next question you have is like, well, what is your actual offer? So you say you're going to do this, but what is the offer? And so when you're first getting started, I recommend actually doing this for free. And what you're going to do is you're actually going to limit it to 3 hours. That way you're not spending 5, 6, 7, 8 hours doing like deep cleans, initial cleans. Like 3 hours is enough time to do like an a la carte clean where you can do a transformation and give a ton of value, but at the same time, not truly break your back doing quote unquote free cleans. Okay. So here's your offers. I will give you 3 hours of free cleaning as long as you promise to give me feedback on how we can improve, because I know you're a new business, you're being transparent. If you write me an honest review, and if you find this service valuable, share it with a friend or family member, but only if you find it valuable, right? And does that sound fair? And they're going to say yes, or maybe they're going to say no, right? But that is how you go from a somebody who's just a warm friend who you've been talking to in a while, and you get them all the way to a place where you're actually being able to service their home. Okay. Now, step number 8. You're going to start again at the top. So, let's say that after you reach out to 50 people, probably only about 10 of those people are actually going to respond to you. And then from those 10, you're probably only going to get 5 of those who are going to be interested in the service. You might be able to do, and out of those 5, maybe 2 or 3 will follow through, right? So, what happens if they don't respond? Which 40 of the 50 will not respond. And so the next day, you put these guys back on your list again. Okay, this is important. Put these people back on your list again. People who didn't respond. And this is going to be your re-engagement list that you're going to send them. You're going to say, curious if you got my last message. That's it. Okay. This is exactly what I did with my online training business. This is literally how I built my business. And this works extremely well. Okay. Now, if you want to be more aggressive, you can send 3. You can send a 3rd message, you can send a 4th message, you can send a 5th message. I've done it lots of ways. However, like 2 messages is usually enough for somebody to, like, if they saw it, then they're going to engage. If they don't, then it's okay, right? Then we can move on. And so, if you read Alex's book, he talks about doing 100 people. Now, the reason why I say 50 people is because on Facebook, specifically, it has limitations. You can only message so many people before it will stop you and it'll block you. And so for your sanity and to set the proper expectation, you're not going to be able to message 100 people on Facebook. And so the way I did this is that I use Facebook as one platform, but then I use other platforms to get my 100 every single day because the 100 is important. However, you're not going to be able to do it solely through Facebook personal profiles. Okay? And so once we have that, now you're going to get people who say yes, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is working. Now I have 2 people saying yes because you have an irresistible offer, which is a good problem to have. Like, I should start charging for this. And so a gradual process, I'm going to show you a gradual process. It doesn't mean you have to follow this. You could like skip from charging to go right to full price, but if you want to see certain steps in between, another offer would be like, hey, I'm giving 50% off cleaning as long as you promise to same conditions. Okay. You can say I'm giving you 20% off as long as you promise to same condition. You could change the percentage to $50 off or $100 off. Okay. And then the last one is like, I'll give you 1 hour free cleaning as long as you promise to do this. Okay. So those are the gradual offers that you get to making it back to what your initial offer is going to be. And then lastly, this is super important. I'm actually going to come back to this for a second because like if there's one thing to understand is that you can do the right things, but if you do it for the wrong amount of time, you're not going to get the result you're looking for. And so volume is the answer. So it's not like we can't just do this one time and expect to get results. We can't do this one time and expect to grow $1 million business. We can't do this one time and expect to get 5 clients. So the consistency is key. It's just like going to the gym. Like if you went to the gym one time, worked out once, really hard as you possibly could, and that was all that you did, should you expect to be jacked? If you dieted for one day, you did really good. You followed the meal plan for a whole day. Should you expect to be lean? So why would you expect to do warm messenger for one day and expect to have $1 million business? Volume is the answer. And so here's how we keep this list warm, is that we actually post on social media. This whole process is so much easier when you post. Now, can you just message people even if you're not posting? Yeah, for sure. You can. You just got to continue to find people and reach out to people. But the easiest, the highest likelihood of success is people who are engaging in your stuff. And so when you give value first, which is actually by posting, then you can cash in on that value by making an ask. Okay, and so this right here is an ask, an example of just an ask post. This is a straight out ask post, right? And it basically just is like fully transparent and says, hey guys, I started a residential cleaning company. I need your help. I'm looking for 5 of my Facebook friends to give and then insert your offer, whatever your offer is right there. We're going to get more testimonials. So if you're looking to come to a sparkling home without lifting a finger, comment down below. Boom. And there's an example post. That's literally just an ask post. And you have people who will comment on that and people who will take you up on your offer. Okay. And then a value post, right? So a value post is something that looks something like this, okay? And it just actually gives them some information, right? So boom, like this is a 7-step sequence that helps people, gives people value up front, and then at the very bottom, you can see I'm offering a free cleaning voucher to 5 of my friends for a limited time. Right, so it's like a small ask at the bottom. It's a lot of value, and then a small ask. Okay. Now, not all of your posts need to have asks. Again, because we're doing this strategy, like most of your posts don't need asks. You're going to make the ask in the comments rather than making the ask publicly. But this is just an example. And so that is the warm messenger for cleaning business $100 million lead strategy. So again, if you found value from this and you want to see more videos like this on how to use it on other platforms, wherever you're watching this, somehow engage, somehow let me know. Maybe it's in the Facebook group, maybe it's on one of the posts. But if you get value from this, let's go.